Now, another option that we have for styling our text is the font variant property. You can change it to things like small caps, where it'll make it a capital, but it'll use small caps. And if you've used Photoshop before, you'll be familiar with this effect. Other values that you might like to use: inherit, which will receive the default font variant from its parent. Most of the time, though, you would only use font variant if you're going to do small caps. Now, let's take a look at how we can use custom fonts, and I'm going to show you the easiest way, which is by using the Google Font API. If we browse to google.com/webfonts, you can see that we have a huge list of fonts. Now, I will warn you, they're not always the greatest fonts ever made, but you can find some nice stuff. In this case, let's look at something that's very noticeable that it's a custom font. So I'm going to scroll down and let's find something maybe like this. This obviously is not a default font. So I'm going to click Quick Use. And if I scroll down, you'll see that it gives us the option of adding a link element to our HTML that links to this font. And then you can see to use it, it's as simple as creating a font family property and passing in the value. Copy this. Next, I'm going to paste it in. And because we're going to be relying on this font, I'm going to place it before my base style sheet. Now you'll note here type equals text/CSS. This is something that you'll see quite a bit, type equals text/CSS. However, it's not important. The browser will default to that anyway, so it's a little bit redundant. You don't need to use it. You could remove it here as well, and you're going to get the exact same effect. All right, so now let's use it within our style sheet. We can go back and copy this sample right here and replace it. And now we're specifying that we're going to use that custom font that we linked to, and then we're providing a fallback to cursive. If I come here and I reload the page, sure enough, we're using a custom font, and we were able to do this in 15 seconds or so. Now, this might sound normal to you, but to actual web designers who have been working in the business for a long time, this is really amazing. Before, we had to use very complicated techniques, whether we were using terrible images or even, believe it or not, we were using something called Cipher at a time, and this was Flash. We would use Flash to add custom text. It was horrible. It was really difficult to get set up. The fact that we can do this now is really incredible, whether you see it or not. All right, so that's going to do it for today. You've learned quite a bit about typography. There's far more to learn, but this will certainly get you started.